Hey guys, and welcome back to another Conan Exiles video. Today we are finally back in Fallstead with another Colonizing Conan progress log, and we'll be looking through all the new additions in the city, along with some features that have changed. As usual, this project was made possible by Host Havoc. From Minecraft to Mordhau, CSGO to Conan Exiles and everything in between, Host Havoc have a wide variety of servers available for reasonable prices, along with friendly and helpful customer service both pre and post purchase, and a wonderful interface to run your own server from. The servers are smooth and reliable, and located in various places across the world to ensure you always have the best possible connection. A massive thanks goes out to Host Havoc for providing the server that will allow us to undertake this project, so if you are looking to purchase the server, take a look at what they have on offer through my affiliate link in the description, and if you choose to make a purchase it'll help me and the channel out too. I can't recommend Host Havoc enough. They're really good and their customer service is top notch. They are super helpful to people who don't know much about server hosting and technology, aka me, and to be fair, I don't think I've had better customer service anywhere else, so I do recommend them very highly. So without further ado, let's get started. Starting outside the city walls, Doomshade has continued to build up the decoration and structure of the wall itself, adding a small market outside the wall with plenty of natural decorations including trees, flowers, bushes and more. The wall really comes into its own with all these natural decorations, and I think it manages to hit that high fantasy theme that Doom had in mind with the wall quite well. Firstly, we're going to be looking at the first major addition, the barracks. Doom has been building this over about the past week, and honestly it is stupidly impressive. Much like the barracks he built in the Sentinel City, this is designed as the home of the trainees, and it's where civilians and volunteers can be trained by combat experts to join the ranks of the city guards. The barracks is designed with a clearly Aquilonian and Argosian style that I think works really nicely. The barracks in Sentinel was a quite vicious looking structure, and it fit the more rustic theme of that city quite well. However, seeing as this is a high fantasy capital, this quite intricate and esteemed design really fits the city quite well. The barracks has a large yard for training all the new additions to the guard force in various disciplines, including physical endurance, hand-to-hand combat, archery, weapon and armour maintenance and more. The barracks is also attached to a large anthracite temple tower that sits high above the barracks, and provides some views over the city entrance in what would undoubtedly be a high traffic area. The interior of the barracks is quite different from the exterior, using the oak walls that are present in other parts of the city to create a warmer interior design that works much better than the Aquilonian or Argosian materials would have. These rooms have been decorated thoroughly to create a detailed, purposeful and convincing interior design that really helps to make the barracks feel quite purposeful. There are plenty of different rooms, including kitchens, a dining room, bathrooms, bedrooms, libraries, meeting rooms, war rooms, etc. Doom has done a really good job on this build. It's definitely a standout and works really well, especially in its position right next to the wall. Next, let's head over to the cathedral. You might remember the church from the last few progress logs. It was a long, narrow arena building, and if I'm being honest, it wasn't that great. The exterior was quite rough, and though the interior was okay. However, it made sense for the church to be facing the other way, towards the city gates, and honestly I'd kind of started to dislike the design, so therefore I took that opportunity to completely rebuild and remodel the church into a much larger and better cathedral. I've included plenty of space and decoration on the interior, with much more seating, a much better flow, pulpits above the Shrine of Mitra, and massive towers at the rear that reach high up into the sky. In the central tower is a complex staircase that leads up to the High Priest's quarters. The idea at the moment is to have access to this room and to the High Priest himself to be locked behind a quest eventually. Pretty much every NPC in the church helps to give information or quests, and I've spent a lot of time laying some base level foundations for quests we can write into Mushi Editor later on, although that is a long-term goal. The High Priest's quarters is a reasonably small though quite lavish and important feeling room, the perfect place for a High Priest to reside. At the top of the side towers are viewing platforms that sit above the cathedral roof, along with a central bell tower which is used for calling residents of Fallstead to the cathedral. Overall, I'm really quite happy with how this cathedral design came out. I've built quite a few different churches and temples over my time on Conan, but honestly I think this is probably one of my best. It's a build I'm definitely really happy with, and even though it probably took about 6 hours just to build and decorate, it definitely suits the city way better than any previous church design. The original church definitely should have been bigger, and arena was not the right material choice, but this redesign more than makes up for it. Next, let's head over to the residential district. At the moment, I think this section is about a quarter done in terms of construction, and it's designed as a high-density, medieval-themed area for residents of Fallstead to live. This section of the district is definitely the more standard housing part, and at the moment I'm thinking of building some lower quality housing for the more impoverished residents towards the right side of the district underneath the cathedral. So far, only one house is decorated, and that's more as a guide for the decoration style. Overall though, I think the residential district has some good bones, and when everything is furnished and the streets are decorated with lighting, litter and NPCs, I think this may well be one of the most atmospheric areas within Fallstead. Next, let's head over to the Royal District. This is on the far eastern side of the city, and it's still very much under construction, with only 2 main buildings constructed. First, we have a bank, which is currently unfurnished. This will be the main bank for Fallstead, and it's the bank where currency is allocated to and sent out to other settlements within the kingdom. I am still debating about whether or not I want to expand the bank. I feel like it should be a bit bigger if it's going to be concerned in the production and distribution of currency across the kingdom, though I'm also playing with the idea of creating a separate structure nearby in which currency can be minted and then supplied to the bank for distribution. I haven't made a decision yet. I think the bank is decent overall. The exterior is a little bit boring, so I might work to improve that in the future, but I think the interior is pretty decent. Next up, we have the Royal Palace. This is designed to be a place of luxury and reverence, where the King and Queen of Fallstead hold formal dinners and meetings with their associates. This was originally going to be a living space, however, due to the size I settled on and the proximity to the curse wall, I decided to instead make this something of a social palace, with the King and Queen's residence to be built a bit later on, deeper into the royal district, surrounded by heavy defences and a lot of soldiers and royal guards. On the steps of the palace are some named royal guards, each of which being named after my Twitch subscribers. I've been looking for a way to integrate Twitch subscribers into this build project, and this is actually a pretty good way to do so, and I'll likely have named soldiers in every major settlement. I'm likely going to do this with Patreons as well. It's a really nice way to sort of acknowledge those who helped to make this project a bit more possible. The palace itself is, as of yet, unfurnished, but I think it's a fairly nice structure that rises above most of the royal district and provides a place of prestige and grandeur that fits the theme and design of this district quite well. The eventual plan for this district is to be a high-class, high-income area that features many high-utility buildings such as a council office, bank, royal blacksmith, some high-class restaurants and bars, and I might even move the town hall and courthouse to this area and remove them from the downward slope towards residential. Finally, we are back at the Dockyard, which I showed you last time. In the previous progress log, this area was still very much under construction, and whilst it still is under construction now, quite a bit more has been done. I mentioned earlier that I had done a lot of NPC placement for quest building, and this is designed to be something of a small early game quest hub that will hopefully offer players a variety of quests of various different themes that they will eventually play through on the server. On the platform before the dockyard is a small section where sailors can quickly buy or sell supplies and treasures to the dockyard traders here, after they have passed through the customs office, though if you ask the right person there may be some shady individuals that could get certain items past customs if necessary. This small market will offer a variety of food, supplies and luxuries, and is designed more as a functional industrial market rather than something like a lavish bazaar. Along with the crew of the Orion and the Phantasma that I showed you before, I've also included a new pirate ship named the Mirage, which I've earmarked as offering some early game thievery based quests to the player. Alongside the NPC and ship additions is the customs office. This build has been in place for a long time but has remained unfurnished until now. Inside is a one-way system that ensures all traders must pass through customs and present their goods, with access back to the dockyard through a side door manned by a guard. Inside, a few crewmates wait for customs officers to arrive to process their goods. This office is fairly small, but it is nicely functional and suits the area quite well, giving a clear system and structure to the dockyard that I think really suits the streamlined organisation of trade and industry that Fallstead would have. So, what is the next step for Fallstead? Me and the team will be aiming to expand all of the districts, adding more subsections within the districts to create some variance in purpose and architectural style that will help the city feel a bit more alive. In terms of larger builds though, we are looking to expand on the Royal District with some larger important builds, along with expanding some more city structures like watchtowers and public use buildings. However, as for now that's about all we have to show off for Fallstead. Thank you for watching, it's coming along pretty nicely. I'm definitely excited for you guys to see some more development on this massive city soon. If you've enjoyed this video, leave a like and let me know in the comments below if you have any build suggestions for future videos. As usual, absolutely anything is welcome. Don't forget to both follow me on Twitch and join the fun on our Discord through the links in the description. Again, don't forget you can get 68% off NordVPN when you use code EROSYT at checkout, or you can go through my affiliate link in the description and pinned comment below. YouTube is currently my full-time source of income, so if you enjoy the content and would like to help support the channel so I can continue to put out the best content possible, do consider becoming a patron. There are multiple tiers of support from $1 to $20, offering many different benefits from a mention in every video to Discord roles, and even sneak peeks of every new video before anyone else. The link to my Patreon is in the description, so if you'd like to support the channel, feel free to consider becoming a patron. On that note, a thanks to our current patrons Sammy, Sodialot, Randar, MK Pantheon, Velma, Shannara, and Torn. If you're new here, feel free to check out the rest of the content on the channel. There are new Conan Exiles videos coming every Wednesday and Sunday, so if you like what you see, subscribe and ring the notification bell to be the first to see the next video, and to join us on the road to 10,000 subscribers. Again, thanks for watching, and I'll see you soon.